Hi, I'm Sam Ingraffia. I'm the creator of the YouTube series Shoot to Kill, and this is Shoot to Kill, the vlog, episode 2. Today I'm going to be talking about cameras, and cameras are probably the most important piece of equipment that a filmmaker can acquire. And they are also probably the most confusing piece of filmmaking equipment that a filmmaker has to deal with, because there are so many different kinds of cameras, so many different price ranges, and they do so many different things. So today, cameras. Stick around. Okay, so let's talk about cameras. You're about to start a project and you need to get something to shoot that project. Cameras come basically in 3 different categories. There is the pro camera, there are pro/consumer cameras, and then there are DSLRs. The pro cameras are great. They shoot incredibly high res video. Some of them now even shoot in 4K. They usually have XLR jacks or single pin outputs so that you can run an external microphone out of them. They have great onboard microphones, so sometimes you don't even need an external microphone. They're just really great cameras. The problem is they're extremely expensive. They can run from the low end, $1,500 up to $20,000. So this puts them out of the reach of most independent filmmakers. You can try renting these cameras, but even the rental fee is pretty steep. So that leaves you then the pro/consumer cameras. These are cameras that you might be able to pick up at an electronics store or a camera store. They probably run anywhere from $300 or $400 up to about $2,000. They too shoot high res video, usually 1080 or 720p. The problem you're going to run into with these cameras is that they have a fixed lens. That means you can't interchange film lenses with it. So you're going to be relying on some kind of electronic zoom that's built into the camera to try and change the size of your frame. It's much better to have a camera that you can interchange lenses with. Another problem is a lot of these lower end cameras won't have a mic jack, which means that you have to use the onboard microphone. The problem is the onboard microphone in most of these cameras is not directional. It sends out this way, so it'll record a lot of sounds other than the person who is talking. So you want to have a camera that has a mic jack, because if you're making home movies, it's fine. But if you're trying to make an internet series or to make a short film or a feature film, you really need good sound. And an onboard microphone in a pro consumer camera is usually not going to cut it. The third choice for a camera is a DSLR. Now this is a DSLR camera. It looks like just a camera that you would shoot photographs with. But it has the capacity also to shoot extremely high-res video. It can shoot 1080, 720, and there's a lot of also functions that you can do within the camera. Slow motion, you can change, make it black and white. There's a lot of different effects you can use within the camera. One of the major advantages of a camera like this is you can take the lens off and you can interchange another lens on it, which gives you a lot more options as a filmmaker. They're also extremely small, portable. You can take them, you can run and gun. It's really easy to use this camera when you're working outside, particularly. They also shoot still photographs. This one is a Nikon D3200. It shoots 24 megapixels. So that's a great advantage if you're a filmmaker, because you can just push a button on here and you can switch from shooting video to taking stills. And that's great when you're putting together an electronic press kit for your project. You can get stills right out of your camera. You don't have to have a second photographer come in and shoot your stills. So that pretty much wraps it up for cameras. Again, if you can afford a pro-style camera, by all means, go for it. The picture quality is spectacular. The money that you spend on it will show up on the screen. If you don't have the money to lay out to buy one of these high-end cameras, you can possibly hire a director of photography. And in this day and age, most directors of photography have their own camera, or they even have multiple cameras. So when you hire somebody to shoot your movie, you're not only hiring them, you're hiring their equipment, and they will usually bring a camera, a tripod, a slate, gels, things like that. So you're getting a package with a DP. So that's a way to get around trying to buy or rent a high-end camera. If you're going to go with the pro consumer style camera, try to go for a little more high-end one, because they're more likely to have a microphone headphone jack. If you go with a DSLR, which is what I would recommend, Canon makes a great line of cameras. Nikon makes a great line of cameras that are fairly affordable. You can get into the Canon or the Nikon for probably $400 to $500, upwards to $1,500, depending on what your budget is. Again, they give you high-resolution video, great stills, a microphone jack, a headphone jack, and they give you portability. So my recommendation is a DSLR, but maybe your project calls for something different. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope that you keep making projects, keep shooting movies, and I hope that you like Shoot to Kill. Thanks.